Hey, welcome to Tech Vibe. I'm Ryan O'Connor. Coming up on this episode, we have a look at the MSI WindPad Enjoy 7. We also chat to Rob Paddock, who is the MD of GetSmarter.co.za. But first, as always, let's have a look at your news.
In the news, Google chairman Eric Schmidt believes that Google TV will be on most television sets within the next 6 months. Is he completely nuts? Well, most of the tech industry believes that he is, given that the first version of Google TV was a complete and utter failure. A federal judge in New Mexico barred BlackBerry maker Research in Motion from using the name BBX for its new operating system, forcing RIM to rename it. The judgment deepens the uncertainty around the next year's launch of RIM's next-generation smartphone. And finally, Apple's Grand Central iStore opens today at 10 a.m. United States Eastern Seaboard time. The sexy new Manhattan location is a beautiful exercise in branding and will help to ease the foot traffic of the nearby Fifth Avenue iStore.
That was your latest news. A man who is from GetSmarter.co.za, the company responsible for online education. He is managing director. It's Rob Paddock. Who would want to learn online?
Jeepers, I think in our mind there's no absolute classification about who can and who can't learn online. I think anyone from the high school level can effectively learn online. Probably the benefits are most pronounced with working professionals,
right.
And that's where we find the majority of our students are.
Okay, what kind of commitment is required to finish a typical Get Smarter course?
Jeepers, at least 7 to 10 hours a week.
Okay.
And we find that because most of our students are working professionals, that's just enough time that they can slot that in between holding down a full-time job,
yes.
Activities on the weekend, spending time with their family, all that sort of thing. If you can spend an hour a day, you can get through a Get Smarter course.
Now, some of the world's leading institutions like MIT are starting to offer these courses more and more so online. Do you think there'll be other educational institutes, big ones, that will slowly start catching on to this and start, you know?
Absolutely, Ryan. I think that in the mature markets like the States,
yes.
we're seeing an exponential growth of online education. In South Africa, it's going to take a little while. There's still quite a lot of hurdles to overcome at policy level before we can get the bigger institutions on board with online education. Coupled with that would be broader access to the internet.
Okay. Now, how does testing work for an online learning model? I mean, I think about the old exam days of having to go into a hall and write them. How does it work in terms of highly indexed, easily accessible information at the fingertips of a student?
Absolutely. It's actually a question that comes up quite a lot.
Okay.
I think that the days gone by, it was all about high stakes examinations. It's all about learning a heck of a lot, putting it into the short-term memory bank, and essentially regurgitating it at the end of a course.
Okay.
We find that in the information age, information is freely available. There's no point in asking people to go and memorize information and regurgitate it for you.
Sure.
Rather, test their ability to apply that information.
Right.
So we're finding that with our examinations, they're all open book.
Right.
And that's exactly the way we want it. We
Yes.
think it's good that we test the practical application of skills rather than the ability to regurgitate information.
That's fantastic. I can't wait. I'm going to, you say you're never too old or too young to be able to sign up for a course?
Absolutely not.
Can't wait.
Totally.
2012, watch it. Here comes something from me. I'm going to hopefully go online and try and
Excellent.
get involved in a course.
Our oldest student was 78 years old, so I think you'll be fine.
Oh, brilliant. Love it. Robert, thanks so much for coming in and chatting.
Absolute pleasure, Ryan.
On to our gadget this week, it's MSI's WindPad Enjoy 7. Now, the WindPad is positioned as a budget, ultra-portable 7-inch tablet, also proving that you don't have to be a social media mogul to enjoy a snappy touchscreen device. While the display is far from special, with a resolution of 800 by 480 pixels, it manages to stay clear, sharp, and responsive with great color quality. It boasts formidable battery life. It gave over 7 hours of non-stop video playback on a full charge. On normal usage with Wi-Fi connected and heavy use of various apps and browsing and gaming, the tablet will give you around 9 hours. The WindPad is basic, but it boasts the usual slew of social media and productivity apps, and available obviously on Android OS. Good news, you can get the WindPad from takealot.co.za for just 1,950 Rand. Remember, they're offering free shipping on all orders in South Africa until the 31st of December. And that's a wrap for Tech Vibe from myself, Ryan O'Connor, and the whole team. A reminder, click on our sponsors below, pxsoftware.co.za. Till next week, take care. Budget entry-level device for you to let your fingers play. Oh boy.
Kaspersky Hybrid Protection. The best of both worlds. Now available in Kaspersky Internet Security 2012 and Kaspersky Antivirus 2012.